Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for Dynamic Effort Bench Press Day. That is not something we've heard in years. So back to doing it. So keeping kind of one of the things I've been doing, I'm warming up with back work before I bench. I lighten the weight on these. I really want to kind of get more into the hypertrophy on a lot of this supplemental stuff. So I didn't do anything under 10 reps a day other than the speed benching. So I took a weight I felt I could get 10s with. Actually, I've built up to 10s on that. So 3x10 on this is kind of a PR. I've done 8s with this before, but I got stronger on this as I've gone heavier, and I realized I bet I can get 10s with a 205 now. And we did. The first set was easy, but by that third set, it was kind of, I was definitely feeling it. Mainly because I didn't take real long breaks. This workout was real fast. All right, I finished this workout within an hour. Even with the 10 sets of band press downs at the end. So again, it went super quick. So I did these, and then I did speed benching with chains. So with the speed benching, the first couple sets I tried to do them ballistically, and then I realized, I'm not feeling that quite as effectively. I'm not having the control and power I want. So I went ahead and took them down to pausing. So I did a brief pause on the chest on every rep and then just exploded as hard as I could. And again, that felt a lot better. So on the speed bench, as you guys see as I do this, again, the first two, I tried to just touch and go it so that it would be really fast and get that stretch reflex. And I think that's probably better with bands. When I do chains, I've felt like I get more out of doing a little bit of a pause. So right here, as I'm trying to do that, and the chains kind of hop around everywhere. They felt awkward. So I did that on the first two sets, and then I went over to just the pausing. Now, some people would be like, wow, this is close grip with chains. Did you feel triceps? No, I didn't feel any triceps. I felt nothing but pec. All right? I felt nothing but pec. My pecs were lit up doing this. I've said that before on speed benching, even with bands and with chains, especially when I've gone to bands, my pecs light up. They light up. And I feel like, when I did that close grip the other day, looking at both where it slowed and how it felt, my pecs still felt like the weak link on that close grip bench. So I'm going to keep working dips and other stuff to build the chest and pullovers. But so people would say, so why so much tricep focus? For shoulder health reasons and to make sure I can lock it. Because any way you break it down, I am close gripping again. Strong triceps will always help with your close grip. They will always help with the close grip. Even if your chest may be your limiting factor sometimes, it's still all about force production. And people forget that. When it comes to a lift like this, it's not really kind of disjointed in any way, and a bench press is not. Anytime you build one of the primary movers, it is going to increase it, even if it's not necessarily your weakest link. But the other thing is, especially with the closed grip, is that tendency for the bar to drift above the face, which is not great for the shoulders. So just building as much tricep and lockout strength as possible will help. And I mean, the same thing happened when I did tons and tons and tons. I lived on band press downs. That's when I got the 365 close grip. And I even had coaches who were like, you're overtraining your tricep. It's not going to do anything. And then it ended up doing it. But I literally had a coach say, you'll never band press down your way to a big bench. Just stop. And I totally did when I was close gripping. I did it. So the idea is the same here. It's all about following through. So notice the thing, look at where I stick is usually about 2/3 of the way up is where it slowed the other day. So I need to be able to blast through that with power. Need to be able to explode through it. So again, this helps though. And yes, this does build the chest, and it builds the chest also into that lockout position. I'm not as worried about building my chest and out of the bottom as far as that position of it in terms of the joint angle, because I don't miss close grip benches off the chest. I just don't. And if I do start to have a problem with that, I can come in and do some shoulder work. I can do a bunch of front raises, some incline benching, and fix that real fast. I can fix it super fast just by building a little bit of delt up. But my delts are definitely not the weak link. My delts are probably my strongest muscle lately on the bench, my front delts, because of all that shoulder work I did all that time. So I feel like I do need pec and tricep, but just visually you can tell the triceps still need to come up. My pecs will always look big because of my rib cage. But yeah, so happy with this. And so the whole idea, just hate the weight up. Explode as hard as you can. So come down and pause and just drive. Pause and drive. And notice I'm a little hyped up when I'm doing it. So notice how I just pop up off the bench again. Then for dips, I know that I managed to get 6 with 90 pounds the other day, but I'm like, let's build muscle. We don't need to go heavy on anything twice a week. This is dynamic day. All right, and I'm going to treat a lot of my other stuff like that too for lower tomorrow. I'm going to rep out the good mornings. I'm not going to try to come in and hit triples and fives on the good mornings. Build muscle. Build muscle. So here I did tens. Now I managed to get 10 with this the other day, and then I ramped the weight up and got up to 6 with 90 pounds. But today I'm like, let's just try to get tens all the way across, because this is new. Like the first couple workouts, I was not dipping this for 10. I didn't get it till on Tuesday. So I feel like my chest is going to grow as a result. So now it's like after we did the speed bench, my chest was really pumped from that. My chest was really lit. I'm like, now let's come in and do this. And I felt a lot of pectoral and a lot of tricep activation here. I felt both. All right, so I felt my pecs get a great stretch. They felt most of the stimulus, but I felt that lateral head of my tricep quite a bit on this also. So again, this is going to improve my bench. Getting good at these dips is going to improve the bench. Just get my strength up, get my performance up, build muscle with quality volume on it. And notice the first couple reps, I can't quite get as deep. As I get further into it, I'm able to get deeper and deeper. It's kind of one thing that matters with the higher rep count a little bit, because I can get deeper after the first rep or two, so I get a little more quality. Pullovers, I just did one set. I'm like, let's go ahead and make sure we get that stuff for the long head. Let's get some extra pump in the chest, right? Because I do need the chest to keep growing. But triceps can handle way, 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 way more volume, by the way. They can handle a ton more volume than chest, and even Louis Simmons noted that. So I didn't put all of them in here. I cut the vlog down to under 10 minutes. I did 10 sets of band press downs. I recorded all of them. I only included the last 3 sets. Why? Because I don't think people want to watch me do 250 reps of band press downs. They just don't. Okay? They're not going to stand there and watch 3-4 minutes of straight band press downs. So after this long set of 30 on the pullover here with the 55, again, focusing on just trying to get that stretch. And I may add more volume on these. We might do that. Certainly nothing wrong with that. And in fact, I may even after the dips, I may add some extensions in this coming week. I'm not ready to throw any incline in yet. I want to make sure my shoulders are where I want them in terms of health and getting that AC joint inflammation down, which has been the whole point of going back to closed grip. Wide grip inflamed it. And I've always been stronger closed grip. So I can get back to being stronger closed grip just by doing it. But this is an all-around great builder. You guys know how I feel about pullovers. It's something I'm going to tend to incorporate long-term, I suspect. But then afterwards, I did 10 sets of band press downs, 20 plus reps on all of them. And I didn't try about pause. I didn't try to go so I'm like, let's just do them fast. Let's just do them ballistic. That's what built my closed grip before. Tons and tons of band press downs. So yeah, 10 sets today. I did 5 on max effort day. I did 10 today. Just power through them. Explosive, explosive, explosive. Because also look at where I slow on that bench and then look where it's trying to slow here. Training to push through it, right? And that training to push through it. Training to get that power. And again, at the same time, just build the triceps up with tons and tons and tons of volume, right? Tons and tons of volume. But this is going to be explosive, and I'm going to do them ballistically because it does carry over to speed strength in addition to building the triceps. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.